Good morning, dear Stitchers. It's Judy Whitman with JBW Designs, and I'm back to do another video for you. This is video number 7, and I want to welcome you and thank you for joining me. As I told you last week when I did the video, the background, I had not one Christmas decoration up, and that's because all of the Christmas decorations in our house are downstairs in the family room, in the kitchen area, in the dining room. And I had nothing up here. So I thought, all right, I have tons of models. Surely I can do a little decorating up here for you. So in the background, let's see, on this side you're going to see the 12 Days of Christmas, the Peace on Earth, a little stocking. And on this side you'll see Joy and our Christmas tree with tiny ornaments and Nordic reindeer. So we have a little Christmas decor for you this morning. I want to tell you a little bit about where I live because this week it was on the news everywhere. It was so exciting. So we live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is the home of Pfizer. And Pfizer is, of course, the newest big piece of news about the vaccine. And we were so proud to live in our city and to have this company that's in our midst be the first ones to be shipping out vaccine to everybody. So we thought that was pretty important and a nice milestone for the world, really. So let's see. Today I'm hoping to inspire you with some more Christmas designs and some finishes because that's what I like to do for you. But first of all, I need to go back and address something that occurred last week in one of the comments that was made. And it had to do with the 12 Days of Christmas designs, which, as I showed you last week, looked like this. So what I didn't address, and someone brought up, and I'm so glad that she did, is what happens when designers make errors in their booklets. Let's see, how do I describe this? When I get a note, an email that says, "Dear Judy, did you know, my heart falls into my stomach." And it really is very distressing because we try so hard, of course, not to have errors. And when we do, it causes a great deal of stress because we have to figure out how to fix them. And of course, the errors aren't found until the books have been shipped. The books are shipped to distributors. I bless our distributors, but our distributors don't tell us which shops they're shipping to. So I can track down my books to the shops that order from me directly, but through the distributors, it's really challenging. So what do we do? Well, I have a gal that works for me, Dawn, who is just my all-around helper on every level. She does all my charting. She and I prove together, and she does a lot of jobs for me. She works here one day a week, or she can work from home also. So what happened? It was a pretty major mistake, actually. We had errors in at least 2 books, and maybe there are more that I don't know about yet. I'm going to encourage you, even though it's distressing to designers, let us know what's wrong. We want to fix it. And so this is what Dawn and I have to do in order to fix an error. So we publish a sticker that goes in every book. We also put all the corrections on the website. And I don't know what happened last year. I must have completely fallen. We both must have fallen apart because there wasn't just one error. There were several. It was in book 2 and in book 3. So it was really hard because I don't want that to happen. We pride ourselves on doing a good job and giving you a good product. But just be aware, designers would never do this on purpose, of course. And I guess what people say, they're very kind. They always say, well, you're human. And that's true. We are. So that's the story of the 12 Days of Christmas. And the mistakes that were made. So on to happier notes here. So one of the designs that I absolutely love, and it all has to do with the finishing, is a book called Be Joyful. And this has two designs in it. You'll see the Noel and the Joy. And what I absolutely love about this, I'm going to show you the models, is that the finishing is just exquisite. So let's hold this up so that you can study it. So you can see that my finisher used baker's twine as an edging, but she also did little tiny circles down here with pins to hold it in place and added all these ribbons to the top. You can see the back of it here. And it's quite well padded, actually. She must have put quite a bit of batting in here. But I love the way it turned out. I just, I always say that my designs are fairly simple. I try to make them elegant. But what really sells them is the finishing, because that's the whole key to making your cross stitch look good. So here is the other design from that booklet. And it is, of course, Joy. Let me get that up closer for you. And I'll get a good view of the finishing on the bottom and the ribbons in the corner attached with pins. So that is absolutely just one of my favorite Christmas finishes that is in my collection. I have a lot of them. So today, because Christmas is getting so close and I have so many designs, I have bins and bins of many designs other than Christmas, but so many that I'm not going to be able to show them all to you before the Christmas season is past. So I'll show you more today, and then maybe as the year goes on and I'm thinking, oh, maybe they need inspiration, I'll bring out some more Christmas designs for you. So another design that I came across actually when I was on my hunt for models is this one that came out last year, and it's called Scandinavian Christmas. Blue is my favorite color. If you saw my downstairs, you'd see why. And actually, when I stitched this originally, I stitched it in red because I thought that would be more Christmassy, but blue is such a Scandinavian color. So this is that design. There are quite a few, actually. I've forgotten how many. I'll try to show you up close again. Buttons. So I like using antique buttons in my designs. So I think there are 6 or 7 buttons that have been added to that Scandinavian Christmas. So we'll put that aside. And let's see, what else do I have to show you today? I have a collection here. I also wanted to show you one that came out a couple, let's see, how many years ago? 5 years ago. And this is called French Country Santa. And if you're familiar with my French Country designs, you'll know that the designs are actually made up of motifs that go with the theme of the title. So before I start the design, I do a sketch, an outline of the motif of the theme, and then I make a list of all the motifs that would fit in with that theme, and then I try to fit them into that design. It's like putting a puzzle together. So this one, I love how it turned out. I finished this one. It's just a little bag. It's been stitched on a polka dot fabric from Fabric Flair, and I did a little hem stitching up at the top and just tied it with a ribbon. And then I also stitched it over one, and so this is what the over one model looks like. It's been mounted on a little horn book. I don't think I have any more of these available, but you could find something else for the mounting. And I think it's so cute when it's stitched over one. So that was another design I wanted to share with you today. Let's see. And also, I have a pile here of kits. So over the years, even though I do leaflets, I also now and then do kits. And I thought you might enjoy seeing some of the kits that have come out. This one was from last year. It's called, let's hold it up here, Christmas Scissor Basket. So it's a tiny little pocket for your scissors to go in. And then this is the little scissor fob that's attached to it, which is worked over one. And again, in the kit I put all the fabrics, the backing fabrics, the cording, the button, the directions for how to assemble it. And this is what the kit looks like. So the Christmas Scissor Basket kit came out last year, and all of the kits that I'm showing you today, I still have a few of in stock. So if you're interested, please email me at Judy@JBW Designs, and we'll figure out the prices, etc. So here's another design. Actually, this one was not a kit, but I want to tell you about. There used to be a shop in Williamsburg called Hostrol, and I have known the owners for years. I'm sorry to say that they had to close. And they, Paula and Lydia, were just the dearest friends. I loved them to pieces. And so every year I would do a trunk show at their shop, and they would ask me to design an ornament exclusive to their shop for that year. And so let's see, in 2018, I did a little basket, which is very Williamsburg-like, and this was the design worked over two. We need to fix those a little bit. And then look at the finishing on this. This was the design worked over one. And so my finisher mounted it on a disc here and then mounted it on a second disc and surrounded it with twisted cording. So it's really quite lovely. That is not a kit, actually. That is a little leaflet that's still on the market. And then another year for them, let's see, this was, I published that, I'm mixed up on the years, but that doesn't matter. You'll forgive me. So this was another kit that I did for me, and this is a Williamsburg topiary. I'm not sure I pronounced that right. Sometimes my tongue gets twisted. So this is the design over two, and this is the design over one. And this is a kit, actually. So in the kit, you're going to get, let me show you the back of it, the backing fabric, the little piece of greenery, and the bell, and the ribbon, and the cording to the fiber to make the cording that goes around it. So I have a few of those left, not a lot, but if you're interested, that's what that little kit looks like. Let's set that one aside. And then I have one more kit for you to see today, and a few other things to talk about. So this, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember how this came about. I've been doing this a long time. So this is, actually I featured this on my Friends of JBW Designs contest last week, and I believe this was the one that won. This was the favorite of 3 designs. So I did the Joy, which of course is similar to the Be Joyful that I showed you earlier, but this was finished as a kit. It's worked on a pale green linen. And you can see, let me show you the backing. This is what the backing fabric looks like. And that kit also includes the greenery, the bell, let's see, let's look at this. The fiber for the cording, the backing fabric, and then all the directions on how to assemble it. So those are the kits that I thought you might enjoy seeing this year. So my last little words that I wanted to cover with you today are, I want you, if you at all can, to support your shops. Some of them are really struggling. I'm afraid some might have to go out of business, and that would be just heartbreaking. Some of them don't have an internet presence, and that makes it even harder for them. So I'm going to encourage you to look for a shop if you don't have a shop where you live, and many don't. Look for a shop in your region. And if you are just kind of wondering what that might be, just email me and ask me, can I recommend a shop that's in your area? Now, if you're international, that's a little harder for me, but I do have distributors in New Zealand and Australia, so I can help you a little bit there, and shops that order from me. So that's really important. Our shops are so important. So this week I got a letter from a new shop that I met last March, and this is still something in the works. But I loved her idea. She wrote, and she wants to do an ornament club. Once a month, she's going to kit one design out of one of these books, which I talked about last week, the Ornament Collections 1 and 2. And she's going to take one design and she's going to kit all the materials for that design, and I think she'll do it monthly. And then she asked me to do a unique design for her, and I will do that. And then she's also going to do videos with finishing. So this is still in the works, but she kind of spurred me on to think, I think I would really be important for both myself and my shops to maybe each time I do a video mention a shop and tell a little bit about them and encourage you to support them. So once she has more information on her ornament club, the cost, and then gives me permission to talk about it on my videos, I will share that information with you. So that inspired a giveaway for this week. So this week I'd like to give away 2 sets of my ornament collection books as a Christmas present. And when you make a comment this week, if you could talk about a joy that you've experienced this last year. I know this has been such a hard year, so I hope you can find one small joy in your life, whether it's children, from myself, my children, my grandchildren, the joy of stitching. One of the people that follows me on Instagram, her hashtag was so sweet. It's "cross-stitching makes my heart light." And I thought, oh, what a beautiful sentiment. So I wrote back to her and said, can I use that? I just love it. So I want to thank you for watching the videos, for subscribing, for making comments. And if I don't get a chance to make a video before Christmas, I'll wish you a very Merry Christmas. I know this is challenging for many of us. And then I will look forward to seeing you soon and hopefully inspiring you again. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.